Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we successfully acquired Kecleon, and oh boy, that was way harder than I was expecting. Like, even with us being at max level, or most of us at max level, Kecleon still hits like a truck. And I don't think the Pokemon world even has those. The fact you could not use an escape orb was certainly a situation. The fact that Rubberbutt was unwilling to use Thunder Wave made things way more complicated than they had any right to be. Out of curiosity, another day has passed. Is something new going on here? Possibly. There might be something going on with... Yeah, there might be more story going on. I think Gengar headed off to Mount Freeze. I've heard this is a place that is very difficult. Will he be okay? Gengar wants to meet with Ninetales. That's what I think. What he needs to do when he does meet Ninetales, I don't know. I see, Gengar headed towards Mount Freeze. Mount Freeze. I'm feeling nostalgic. At that time, we were so desperately trying to run away that we had no room to breathe. I guess we're going to do some questing. Alright, quest time. We can save these super dungeons for later. Conveniently enough, we got some quests to do there as well. Deliver Max Ether. Do we have Max Ethers on hand? Typically, you will find one on the floor that they are waiting. So, though, not a bad idea to actually bring along a Max Ether. Oh, I know exactly who I'm going to send to this. Us! Me, Catfish, and Apprentice. I'm not really too concerned about what items we bring. This is an older dungeon. So this is where we went to whenever we went to meet Ninetales. Me and Catfish are here for nostalgia. And I have also brought my apprentice along to kind of tell stories about that time I was a wanted Cubone. Everyone thought that my presence in this world would cause the world to end. Thanks in part to Gengar. Gengar was like trying to ruin me, which was totally not fair. I mean, Gengar was trying to take over the world or something like that. I had to fight against him. He was kind of a bit of a sore loser that I kept winning. But the last time I saw Gengar was after we had saved the world from a crashing meteor, a big ol' asteroid that was basically going to wipe out life. I wound up dying. That sucked. And Gengar saved me by bringing my spirit back to my body. Now the story was that a Pokemon, or rather a human of some sort, wound up pulling one of Ninetales' tails and being cursed to be a Pokemon. Now, people thought that initially I was the one who pulled the Ninetales tail. In fact, me, not able to remember how I became a Pokemon, I thought, okay, maybe that's how I became a Pokemon. Turns out that wasn't the case. I was not the one who pulled Ninetales' tail. And then there was that whole thing with Gardevoir. Gardevoir was the partner of the human who pulled Ninetales' tail, and Gardevoir helped block the curse that Ninetales was trying to perform. Now, Gardevoir was trying to help me out by coming into my dreams and trying to speak to me. Really failing at it. Took like a lot of dreams before Gardevoir finally broke through. But in the one dream in which Gardevoir really was able to break through, Gengar was eating my dream, which, by the way, was not a very pleasant experience, but that also enabled Gengar to witness my conversation with Gardevoir. And Gengar left crying. So, since that point, I have been suspicious that Gengar was the human who was partnered with Gardevoir. The fact that Gengar is visiting Ninetales all but confirms my suspicions. I feel like Gengar is visiting Ninetales because Gengar is the human. What Gengar hopes to accomplish from that visit? I don't know. But we are going to find out. I like to imagine that my young apprentice is finding my little story there quite fascinating in regards to Gengar. This is indeed the place where I found out that I was not the human who pulled Ninetales' tail. The Ninetales here confirmed it. I was proven innocent on the spot, which is kind of a good thing, because Kadabra's team was there to kill me. But they got to hear the proclamation that I was innocent and not destined to destroy the world. Instead, I was destined to help save it. But only help save it. Like I said before, Rayquaza kinda did all the work. Oh yeah, the first time I was here, it wasn't just me and Catfish, but we also had Absol, which was really cool. Then Absol was part of the adventure. Like a story character who joined our team. Too bad Absol lost all relevance after the main quest was over. No, it wasn't even when the main quest was over. It was after I was told that I was innocent. Absol just kind of left the story and became just like any other teammate. They're just there to fight alongside you, never taking part in the story. Which is a bummer. There was a lot of potential there. Would have been neat had there been another quest at some point that would have resulted in another story character joining. Wait a sec. Shouldn't there have been like a cutscene whenever we reach the end of that? I don't think that we were actually intended to find Gengar. Okay. Well, that would explain why there wasn't like a marker by Mount Freeze telling us to go there. It's because we weren't actually needing to go there yet. Alright then. Gengar's back. Late riser. Whoa, Gengar! Like always, slow to rise. Aren't you, Team TF? Ja. But that's not what I came here to say. Not today. It hurts me to say this, but I need your help. Can you take me up? Oh, gosh dang it. Are you kidding me? I tried over and over to go up, but it's deep and harsh. Ninetales is up on Mount Freeze. I've got to see Ninetales. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. That's why I'm asking you. Take me up Mount Freeze. Okay. That's settled. You have my trust. The only place I want to go is Mount Freeze. I'm not about to tag along if you're going to other dungeons. I'll only tag along when you go out to Mount Freeze. You're totally laughing because we already made that trip looking for you, aren't you? Well, Marowak, I guess we should go to Mount Freeze. Again. Looks like Gengar is just going to tag along when we go to Mount Freeze. The only place I want to go is Mount Freeze. I'm not about to tag along if you're going to other dungeons. I'm only tagging along... Yep. We got it. Alright. Let's do this again. At least we know it doesn't take long to get through this place. Now we got the marker. Actually, are there any quests for Mount Freeze while I'm thinking about it? Ooh, we should talk to Medicham and Ekans. Are they even around? No. They went and disappeared until we finish what Gengar has us doing. Gengar will be coming along on this adventure. Alright. Doing this again. Mount Freeze. Oh wow, it's been a while since we've seen this scene. It's also been a long time since we've seen one of those Kangaskhan statues. I kind of miss them. Ninetales is here, definitely. Get me to the summit, Kit. It is so surreal that we are actually teaming up with Gengar. Fight in place of me, okay? Yeah, we're definitely fighting in place of you. I feel like that's how it is with all the escorts, though. I never really checked, but I assume. Well, no problem. You got more than one of us with long-range attacks. You won't have to worry about any of these Pokemon even coming close to catching ya. Oh, you can do attacks. They're just not listed. Maddie is gonna get ready for more Bloodstain? Okay. I will send the raid soon enough. After we find out what's going on with Gengar here. That Bloodstain game is pretty interesting. Like, it's a spiritual successor to the Metroidvania series, and it shows. If I didn't know it wasn't Castlevania, I would swear it was Castlevania. You gotta love these indie companies. When companies like Konami are no longer making the games we want to see, indie developers come along and make those games for us under a different name, but it's still the series that we've been waiting for. With varying amount of success. Some would say that Yooka-Laylee was not a proper successor to Banjo-Kazooie. I would agree. It's actually a proper successor to Banjo-Tooie, complete with the levels being too big and all its other problems. To be fair, people have been clamoring for Banjo 3. A Banjo 3E would follow in the footsteps of Banjo 2E, which Yooka-Laylee very much did. But what fans really want, fans such as myself, is more games like Banjo-Kazooie. I hear Hat in Time is a pretty good Banjo-Kazooie. It's kind of funny to think all eyes were on Yooka-Laylee because it was following in the footsteps of Banjo-Tooie, but then it became unnecessary for a true spiritual successor to happen because apparently a Hat in Time already did it, and did it better, supposedly. That said, I wouldn't mind if Playtonic made another attempt at a Banjo-Kazooie style game. It was kind of weird that Yooka-Laylee's sequel was not a Banjo-Kazooie successor, but a Donkey Kong Country successor. In an era where we don't really need one of those. Apparently they did a good job on it. Oh my goodness! We actually get to use a checkpoint! Oh, I haven't been able to use a checkpoint in months. They've all been disabled. Why do we get to use this one? I know we're here for story reasons, but you know, we've had story reasons for other dungeons in the postgame and we didn't get checkpoints then. Marowak, we're almost at the summit. Let's keep at it. Don't you dare fail after coming all this way. Don't forget to tick me. I'm happy to have formed a rescue team with you, Marowak. Ah, you know what? I'm happy to have you as my apprentice. Oh, I'm definitely taking advantage of this. The best thing about the checkpoint, besides the fact that it's a checkpoint, hold that thought. I don't know what level you are at, Gengar, but, try not to fall behind. What level are you, actually? Mystery level. Definitely took a bit of damage there. Probably would have survived pretty easily, but still. Don't fall behind. Hey, I have a new follower! Xeno Snowfox. Welcome to my stream! How are you doing today, if I may ask? Me? I am happy to find that there's still more story events in this game. I thought we were done with them all. But nope, here we are, doing a quest for Gengar. Hey Lit, I taught my apprentice how to breathe fire. I don't know how we're technically able to breathe fire. You wouldn't think that Cubone would have the organs necessary in order to do such a thing. But apparently, us Cubones and Marowaks, apparently we do. I am not complaining. It is fun being able to breathe fire. It is not so fun being pelted on by hail. Incidentally, I don't think I've ever been in an actual hailstorm before, kind of think of it. It's kind of weird. But also kind of a good thing. I've seen hailstorms. I've watched them from inside the safety of my home, but I've never been outside in the hail, as far as I can remember. Anyway, here at last, we're at the peak. Hey, Ninetales! Where are you? Come out! Long time, Ninetales. I think I'm right about my suspicions. Gengar is the human who pulled Ninetales' tail. Recognize me? What do you want? You want to know what I want? Look at me. Isn't it your fault that I look like this? What, you can't even begin by apologizing? This was not the conversation I was expecting. It is not my fault. It all arose because you fled. Isn't that so? You fled from yourself as a human. And you fled from Gardevoir. It was I who cast a curse. But you became Gengar because you abandoned Gardevoir. It was Gardevoir that bore my curse, not you. You're quibbling. Anyway, about that curse, how about lifting it already? Interesting that you would ask to not be a Gengar anymore. Well, to be fair, I'm not sure I would want to be a Gengar either. You have the nerve to ask that? That's right. Imagine me asking anyone for a favor. I'm breaking out in hives at the thought. Turn me down and I'll KO you. Yeah, Gengar is still evil. Well, it won't be me doing the fighting. It'll be Marowak here. Now, hold on a second. I'll see this curse lifted, even if it means taking you on. I'm not on this. I'm not in agreement with this. Humph. I regret to inform you. Even if you could defeat me, the curse would remain. I don't have the power to lift curses. What are you saying? We Ninetales are known to be vengeful in the extreme. Once we cast a curse, it is final. Our curses are so powerful, even we cannot lift them. There may be a way, however. I became enraged at your treacherous heart, and on it I laid my curse. For that reason, depending on your heart now, the curse may be lifted. Take this with you. That is still the worst sound effect in the game. Gengar received the Nine-Tail crest from Ninetales. I wonder how it got its name. Gardevoir's physical form is sealed within the murky cave. The seal can be broken by that stone. The nine-tailed crest. Gotcha. We just go to this murky cave and plunk down that rock, and that breaks the seal. So goodbye to the curse. How do you like that? It's ridiculously simple. There was a way to lift the curse after all. You had me scared. Hey, I kept you waiting. Let's get home. That oaf. He has changed in many ways, but he is wavering. His old and new emotions are clashing within his heart. If he would only realize it upon reaching the murky cave. Oh, if he would only realize that upon reaching the murky cave. If he does not,